Laptops have a few keyboard features that you're probably already aware of if you've ever used a laptop, but you need to be prepared to answer questions about on the exam. And these little significant differences from desktop keyboards to laptop keyboards can cause problems for end users in a couple of different ways, and hence they become a topic for the A+ exam. Well, first of all, most laptop keyboards do not have a dedicated numeric keypad, and this becomes a problem. Now, there are the large like desktop replacement laptops that do have the numeric keypads, but they make them a lot larger and bulkier, and so the ones that are really mobile and that are used especially in corporate workplaces don't have these things because they're designed to be carried around very easily. And so they have a lot of function key capabilities built in, and this allows that smaller keyboard to do a lot of different things. Now, those function keys, for example, if I hit function F4 on my HP laptop, it will let me toggle dual display. So if I plug a VGA adapter into the side of my laptop, I can hit function F4 and toggle through using an external monitor, making it a second screen that shows a duplicate of my desktop or extending my desktop and so forth. And so the function and then the F4 key will make that happen. I can press and hold down the function key, the FN key, and hit F7 to brighten my screen or to dim my screen, and hit F8 to brighten it. I think it's F7 to dim it. F8 will make it brighter. You can set volume settings on some laptops with the sound card with these function keys. You can turn the wireless on and off. You can do all kinds of things with these function keys. Now, let me warn you about something. It's not really a trick question on the exam because it's a very real occurrence out there in the real world, and these are the kind of trouble calls you like to get. And that is, a user calls and says, my wireless networking is not working. And you tell them, we say, well, there's a little button on the very front of the PC up there, on the very front edge of the PC, and it has a little orange light next to it. Is that orange light on? They're going to say, I don't see an orange light. So you tell them to press the button next to it, the orange light comes on, and guess what? That's the wireless LAN button, and that's the on-off switch for the wireless adapter. Watch for that. Most computers have a WLAN or a wireless LAN button that will turn wireless on and off. Other ones have it on a function key, and you'll have to hold down the FN or the function key and then hit an F key or some other key on the keyboard. But watch for that functionality. Okay. Now, beware of numlock. This is another one that will show up on the exam from time to time. A user calls in and says that some of their letter keys, when they press them, they're just getting numbers, and they think they've got viruses. They think something's wrong with the computer. And if you'll notice here, way up here in the upper right hand corner somewhere on the laptop will be a numlock key. And sometimes you have to hit the function button to get this, sometimes the shift button. But anyway, once you turn numlock on, well, notice 7, 8, and 9 make 7, 8, and 9. That's no big deal. Users can deal with that. But if you hit the U button now, you get a 4. And if you hit I, you get a 5. And O, you get a 6. If you hit M, you get a 0, right? You can see how this is working. And the numbers are printed right there on the front edge of the keys. Well, it's amazing how many end users have never noticed this. And so if they inadvertently somehow press numlock or set it with an F function key or whatever, and they start to spell, anytime they hit in JKL, they're getting numbers back, and that really kind of messes with them. And they will actually call and report this, right, as a keyboard error, as all kind of things. So the main thing you want to remember here is that numlock key is a toggle. It toggles on and off, and when it's toggled on, numbers are produced when the keys are pressed, whether shift's pressed or whatever. And this confuses users, and they think they've got a keyboard error. So just watch for that. Watch for the historic question on the exam about keyboard features and numlock. Okay. So anyway, that's some of the keyboard features you want to watch. Those function or those FN key features and numlock. Be prepared for those two situations on the exam.